Hello friends, welcome to PDF for Exams YouTube channel. This is day 42. We are learning environment, and in this video we will be discussing about recent development. This video is being made in two parts. So in today's video we will cover the first part, and in next video we'll cover the second part. So let's start the video and see what all topics are to be covered in this video. So the very first topic that we are going to cover in this video is Namami Gange. So Namami Gange is a project, or you can say a mission launched by central government for cleaning the river Ganga. As we know, river Ganga is very cultural, spiritual, and along with that, it hosts 40% of country's population. It hosts 40% of country's population means the 40% country's population are directly or indirectly dependent on river Ganga. And how and why they are dependent? So it's not only in modern period, as we know, right from the ancient period, from the beginning of the civilization, whether it is Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, or it is Mesopotamian. Almost every civilization has been established on the bank of river. And if you have heard about Varanasi, this is the most ancient cities which is found on the bank of river Ganga. And similar to Varanasi, there are many more cities which are located on the bank of river. That's why river Ganga is very important and it has huge significance. So to protect the river Ganga, and since it is since many cities are located on the bank of river Ganga, almost every waste product, you can say the residential waste or the industrial waste, are being dumped into river. So for cleaning river Ganga, this project has been launched. So as I said, this is an central scheme, or you can say central funded scheme, and around 20,000 crore has been sanctioned for this project, and it will be running through 2019 to 2020. That means this amount will be used during this period, and it is a central sector scheme, or this is already said. But since river does not only passes through one state or in one country, although it is passing in our country, but there are several states through which it passes, and we have federal kind of government that we have already discussed in polity. Federal kind of government means there is a central government. Along with that, every state has its own government, and all the state has few rights, whereas central has few rights. Both have their own rights on which they can make law, they can do all kind of administration. So for that very purpose, since river Ganga is flowing through many states, interministerial and center state coordination is very much required, so that this project or this mission can be implemented properly. Okay, so this mission will take part in 3 stages. In one stage nothing can be done, since it is very huge project. So for that very purpose, it is divided into 3 phases. The first phase or the first level is entry level activity, the second is medium term activity, and the third is long term activity. So we'll discuss every activity, or you can say every phases one by one. So starting with entry level activity. So in this entry level activity, all the immediate result or response can be seen. So in this level, river surface cleaning and solid waste, so that the solid waste which are floating, that could be addressed. For that very purpose, surface would be cleaned. What is the surface of river? So for example, a river is flowing along this area, and this is the width of the river. So the bottom surface of the river would be called as surface of river. So this area would be clean, and it also will prevent the entering of rural sewage drainage and construction of toilets. So since these construction of toilets will be developed, and rural sewage drainage will be also developed, so the waste from the rural area won't be dumped into river. Okay, and apart from this, disposal of unburnt, partially burnt bodies in river. Since we know in our Hindu religion, someone dies, they have to burn the body, and the remaining part are generally just disposed in the river. So that will be prevented in the very first level. Next is medium term activity. So just let me scroll up and then we'll cover this. In medium term activity, municipal and industrial pollution entering into the river will be prohibited. So this municipal and industrial pollution, so these are huge level, or you can say high amount of pollutant enter into the river, so they would be stopped in second level. Along with that, 2500 million liter per day additional treatment capacity is also be created within next 5 years. Okay, and this hybrid annuity, or you can say these project or these treatment plants and all will be made under hybrid, or you can say public private partnership model. Okay, and the last comes the end level, or you can say the last level. Okay, so what will happen in that long term activity? So that would be implemented within 10 years. Okay, so there has to be some tenure. In entry level, it is immediate. In medium term activity, to be implemented within 5 years time frame, and the long term activity would be implemented within the 10 years. Okay, and We also know that there are several polluting industries which are located along the Ganga, and they all effluent or they all discharge huge quantity of waste, whether it is liquid or solid waste, into river. So this also has to be stopped. And this cleaning Ganga river is not very easy task. It is very complex since the river is running and it has got many socio and economic aspects. As we know, it is very much close to Hindu religion. Apart from this, it has got very cultural importance, so that's why cleaning would not be an easy task everywhere. Okay. And the contribution fund, as I said, this is centrally sponsored scheme, so the center will be responsible for fund and all. And apart from this, reduce, reuse and recovery, this method can be used to prevent the pollution or pollutant entering the river. Next topic that we are going to cover in this video is the recycling of ships bill. So what do we mean by recycling of ships? So we know ships are very important. They are important for business, you can say, transport, carrying goods from one place to other place, or you can say trading. So most important part of these ships are trading, and apart from that, defense. Since India is covered by 3 sides from water body, that's why ships play a very important role in protection, or you can security of a country. So this recycling of ships bill, this has to be introduced. This is introduced by Chemical and Fertilizer Ministry. So according to this bill, it restricts the use of hazardous material on ships and regulate the recycling of the ship. That means generally the ships which are being built, they are made, most of the part of the ships contain the hazardous material. Not most of the part, but there are a decent amount of hazardous material. That's why this bill has been introduced. So what will be done? So according to the bill, there are certain points that we are going to study. There are a few key features. So let's see what are the key features. So the very first key feature is applicability of the bill. That means this will be applicable to what kind of ships. So the first type of ship is any new ship or existing ship which is registered in India. So as we know, whenever you purchase any vehicle or whenever you purchase anything, you have to get registered. So similarly, when some private owner purchases a ship, they had to get registered in Indian government somewhere. So these kind of ship will be applicable for this, the recycling of ships bill. Next is ship entering a port or a terminal in India or territorial water of India. So any ship, if we draw a map over here, so any ship entering these area would be also applicable for this the recycling of ships bill. And warship or the other ships owned by, operated and administration used by government or non-commercial services. So these ships will be applicable. And it's not necessary, there could be few exemption which will be given by Government of India. Okay. Now next point is key feature is ship recycling. Now what do we mean by ship recycling? So ship recycling simply means the ship would be dismantled. Means it will be broken into several parts, and out of those parts the useful material will be taken and a new ship will be built. The hazardous material which will be taken out from that ship would not be used again, and that will be discarded. Okay. And apart from this, the requirement of the ship. So as we know, as I've already told, that there are many hazardous materials in the ships, so that would be removed from that very ships, and this would be done by the national authority. It will carry out the periodic survey to verify and prescribe the requirement. That means it will just take a survey of all the ships which are available, and it will verify and give the requirements whatever are required. And the owner of every new ship, whoever purchases a new ship, he or she, whoever purchases, or any organization if purchases a new ship, they have to make an application to national authority so that they can obtain a certificate on inventory of hazardous material. On inventory means there are several hazardous materials which are being used for building of ships, so they have to take application from, or they have to give application from national authority so that they can get permission. Okay. And this kind of certificate, they will be renewed every 5 years. And if someone doesn't follow this, so they can be punished. They can be imprisoned up to for 3 months, or a fine of ₹5 lakh could be implied on them. Okay. Moving further, and as I said, there could be certain exemptions. So any warship or the ships owned by, operated and administration and used on government non-commercial service, and ships with internal volume less than 500 tons. So these kind of ships could be exempted from this bill. Okay. Now next is recycling facilities. So as we know, the ships has to be recycled. So there are certain authoritative recycling facilities. That means ships cannot be recycled anywhere or everywhere. There has to be certain authority recycling facilities. Over there only these ships will be recycled. And for this very purpose, an application would be given to those authority. And once the application is processed, they will be given appointment, and after that appointment, the recycling of these ships can be done. And if someone doesn't follow the rules and regulation, they could be imprisoned for 1 year or fine of 10 lakh rupees, or both can be implied on them. Okay. Now next is recycling process. So the recycling process would be the same. That means a ship owner, they have to apply the national authority for ready for recycling certificate, and once the ship is recycled, they would get a certificate that my ship is being recycled and it doesn't contain any kind of hazardous material. So this is all about ships recycling bill. Next is the dam safety bill 2019. So as we know, there are several rivers running across the country, and these dams are built for certain purposes. The purpose could be protecting from flooding, or else apart from this flood, these dams are also used for harnessing water energy and producing electricity. So these dams are being built from several years. That means dams are not new. We in India, we have almost more than 5,000 dams. So there are certain dams which are very old and they need to be safe, so that the person, whoever are living downstream. So just let's draw a structure of a dam, then we'll understand better why this dam facility bill is being required. Okay. So as we know, from somewhere you can say some mountain, a river is flowing. Okay, and it is flowing through several states, and it is continuously flowing. So somewhere, wherever it is felt that from certain place we can utilize the river water, and it can be just channelized to some other place, a dam is being built. Dam is a kind of restriction. Okay, so river water flow will be restricted over here, and the flow will be permitted. That means there would be proper channels meant, and from these channels the flow of river would be permitted, so they can just store the water. For example, during rainy season, the amount of water in the river increases, and the people who are living in this area, the downside of the downstream of the river, on the banks of the river, they may get affected, because if water increases in the river, this area will be covered under flood, and the life of these people may be damaged. Okay, so for that very purpose these dams are built. And the reservoir, of course a reservoir would be built. Reservoir is used for storing the water, and after that it is being harnessed for producing electricity, that is called hydroelectric power plant. Okay, so the dam safety bill, it is being made for surveillance, inspection, operation and maintenance of all specified dam across the country. So all dams are not come under this dam safety bill, because there are certain dams which are being prescribed, like the dams with height more than 15 meter or height between 10 to 15 meters, where certain design and structure conditions are not okay, fine, or they are too old. Now this dam safety bill, this constitutes of 2 national bodies and 2 state bodies. What are these national bodies? So of course there would be 2 kind of body. One body would be responsible for making all the policies, and the other body would be responsible for implementing the policies. Okay, so similarly we do have in state also. And again, as I said, these dams are built across the river, and sometime what happens, the river flows from one state to other state, and if a dam is built in one state, so it may hamper the flow of river into the other state. So coordination of states and center is to be required in this dam safety bill also. Okay, if we talk about the key issue analysis, so in this key issue analysis, the bill applies to all specified dams in the country. This was being told earlier also. And the parliament, what is parliament? We have studied in polity in detail. Parliament means the members who are sitting in Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. So in parliament, this bill can be regulated. That means they can be amended as per requirement. Okay, and the function of National Committee on Dam Safety and the National Dam Safety Authority of State Committee on the Dam Safety is listed in schedules to the bill. So that means there are certain schedules we have seen in polity. Again, there are certain schedule which function or which offers the function of state government as well as the central government. So this dam safety protection bill is being mentioned in the schedule of the bill. Okay, or you can say some schedule of a constitution. Next is the Occupation Safety, Health and Working Condition Code 2019. So as we know, our country is developing country, and lots of construction works keeps on going. Not only construction work, some kind of labors are required in agriculture field, and many kind of labors are required. So for their safety and health of those working condition, these these code has been made. Okay, so this has been made by Labor and Employment Ministry. If we talk about the highlights, so as I said, it regulates health and safety condition of workers in establishment with 10 or more workers. That means in any working area where 10 or more workers are working together. Not only in working area, it can be a mine or it can be a dock. So wherever there are more than 10 workers, so this bill is responsible for taking care of the safety, health and of this working condition at that place. And this bill, the Occupation Safety, Health and Working Condition Code 2019, it replaces 13 labor law, like safety, health and working condition. These 13 labor law are related to the safety, health and working condition, like Factory Act 1948, Mines Act 1952, Dock Worker Act 1986, Contract Labor Act 1970, Interstate Migrator Work 1979. So this code replaces all these acts which were related to safety, health and working condition. Okay. Now the welfare facilities, working condition and working hours. So these comes under these code. That means the places of working, like if someone is working in different states, so there are working hours. Working hours are different in different states and different kind of work. For example, some laborers are involved in constructing a house. So house construction can be carried out throughout the day, or you can say 24 hours if proper lighting system is involved. So over there working shifts can be 8 or it can be 12 hours. So it depends on the place and kind of work. And in village, for example, agricultural labor, so over there the labor could be vary from 6 to 8 hours or 8 to 10 hours, it depends. Okay, and this kind of labor is not required throughout the year. Moving further, the key issue and analysis. So again, everything would be same over here also. It is just made for occupational health and safety laws, so that all the worker, all their basic rights could be covered. Generally what happens, see, the workers who are working in these working area, construction area, mines or docks, they are being overexploited and they are being paid very less. So these wages and also are decided by these bill, so that they can be paid properly, and if they have any health issue, they could be covered, some kind of insurance and all are to be covered, and they could be given proper rights of their own. Okay. Next is Motor Vehicle Amendment Bill 2019. Now I hope you understand between difference between the bill and act, so I'm not going to discuss here. You can just see our quality video to understand the difference, okay, if you don't know. So here the Motor Vehicle Amendment Bill 2019, it is being given by Road Transport and Highways. So this bill was introduced in July 2019, July 15, 2019, and it amended the Motor Vehicle Act of 1988, which was too old. Okay, and this was made for providing the road safety. So what happens? See, roads are being used for traveling, transport of goods and sometimes a few services are also given by road, because people who are responsible for providing service do travel on road. So lots of accidents take place on road. So to avoid those accidents and to avoid the fault in motor vehicles, this Motor Vehicle Amendment Bill has been passed. So what happened, if we study few facts over here, so compensation for road accident victims. So on road, if some people traveling on the road dies and there are some problems, like there is an golden hour rule. So according to golden hour rule, what happened, what happened in golden hour rule, actually what happened, if there is some accident, if some accident takes place, so during 1 hour after accident there are most chances of people dying during that area. Okay, so if someone dies on the road accident, there are some increase in minimum compensation for hit and run case. So what a hit and run case, you are very much aware of this hit and run case. For example, if you are walking on road and someone just hits you and you get injured or die, or if someone walking on the road get injured and the people or the person who has backed you or hitted you from the back runs away, so that would be hit and run case. So in that case, in case of death, the person would be given as 25,000 to 2 lakh compensation, and in case of serious injuries, compensation of 12,500 to 50,000 would be given. Okay, next is compulsory insurance. You might have heard about insurance. Whenever you purchase a new vehicle, you have to get insurance for your vehicle. In case your vehicle gets stolen or there is some kind of accident, then the insurance company will be responsible for compensating you in all the cases. Okay, so the insurance, it would be utilized for treatment of person injured on the road accident, compensation to representative of a person in case if he or she dies, compensation to a person very seriously hurt, and compensation to any burden as prescribed by the central government. Okay, so these are the things which are covered under the insurance. Next is good Samaritans. So what happened earlier, what used to happen, if someone has met with an accident on road, no one was there to help that person, because if someone dies, or if someone is injured in the accident, there was a rule that before police arrives, nothing could be done, and the person who has helped might be asked lots of questions. But now, as per this new bill or new act or bill, you can say, what happens if someone dies, the person who carries the victim to nearby hospital or gives emergency help. So that he would not be asked any kind of question, and he will not be liable for any civil criminal action for injury or death of the accident victim. Okay, and this would be in good faith, voluntarily, and no any kind of reward could not be expected from government at least. Okay, next is recall of vehicle. So sometimes what happens, if someone produces any vehicle, you can say, or someone builds any vehicle and there is a default or some issue in the vehicle, and if anyone purchases due to fault in that vehicle, person suffers from any kind of accident. So in that case, what will happen, the manufacturer, he has to recall the vehicle, reimburse the buyer with the full cost of the vehicle, or replace the defective vehicle with another vehicle similar specification or better specification than what they have given. Next is national transport policy. So according to this policy, national framework of road transportation, framework for grant permits, priorities for transport system, among other things, would be provided in this. Next is road safety board. So this is a board which is responsible for standard of giving license, or you can say like standard of motor vehicle registration and licensing of vehicles, standard for road safety, promotion of new vehicle technology. So these comes under road safety board. The last is offense and penalties. So there are certain offenses and penalties. If you are driving, that means if you have consumed or if you are influenced under alcohol and driving and you are met with accident, or police find you drinking and driving, you will be fined from 2000 to rupees 10,000. Actually it has been increased. Earlier the fine was rupees 2,000, now the fine is rupees 10,000. Okay, and if any manufacturer company fails to comply with motor vehicle standard, that means there are certain standards which are being given to motor vehicle companies, that if they do not follow the motor vehicle standard and do not produce good quality of vehicle, a fine could be, or penalty could lead to 100 crores or imprisonment up to 1 year or both. So 100 crore penalty is very huge for any motor vehicle companies. And apart from this, there are certain more penalties given to these people. For example, drink and drive, as I said, 2,000 to 10,000. In case of manufacturing, it was 100. And in case of road contractors, so road accident can take place due to defect of road also. So if any road contractor is found not working properly, or he has not built proper road, he can be fined up to 1 lakh rupees, and this fine may increase as per requirement. Okay, next is the prohibition of electronic cigarette production, manufacturing, import, export, transport, sales, distribution, storage, and advertisement. So in the bill itself, everything is clear. We don't need to even read in detail about the bill. See, the prohibition of electronic cigarette, prohibition of even production, manufacturing, importing, exporting, transport, sales, distribution, storage, and advertisement. If any kind of these acts are done with reference to electronic cigarette, it would be punishable. As simple as such. Okay, now what is electronic cigarette? Electronic cigarette is an electronic device in which some kind of nicotine is present and which is used for inhaling, which replaces the traditional cigarette. Okay, so that is the electronic cigarette. Now there is certain definition given to electronic cigarette in this bill. It defines an electronic cigarette as an electronic device that heats a substance which may contain nicotine and other chemical to create vapor for inhalation. And these e-cigarette can contain different flavors also, included from all kind of electronic nicotine delivery system, heat, non-burn product, e-hookah, and other similar devices. Okay, so this is definition. And now banning of e-cigarette, storage of e-cigarette. Now there were certain compliances. If some person is found producing cigarette, he or she could be imprisoned for up to 1 year, or a fine of rupees 1 lakh could be implemented on him. If someone is found storing a cigarette, then imprisonment of 6 months is given to them, or fine up to 50,000. Similarly, in case of all these things, you can study the fine or penalties which are being provided in case of production, manufacture, import, export, transport, sales, distribution, storage of electronic cigarette. Okay, last is compensatory afforestation fund bill 2015. So what happened, due to deforestation or drastic urbanization, lots of forests were cutted, and or else a deforestation was practiced in huge areas. Okay, so because of this deforestation, what happened, all after 1951, most of the forests were cutted, and afforestation compensation was given for afforestation. That means some kind of monetary help was given so that these afforestation can be done from place to place. Okay, so this is all about this compensatory afforestation fund bill 2015. So 90% of the fund which were provided were not properly used by the state or central government. So for that very purpose, this the compensatory afforestation fund bill was you can say was brought up, and as per this, each central and state government appoint the central government appoint to state campa in each state, so that it takes the responsibility of the state fund for afforestation purposes. Okay, so I think this is over. Yeah, how these funds are utilized and where they're used, so you can read on your own. There's nothing much in this act. Okay, so that's all for today's video, and we have covered in recent development few topics. In next video we will be covering few more recent development. If you have any doubt regarding this video, please ask in the comment box. Thank you for watching. See you in next video. Till then, goodbye.